right now. And yeah, okay.
Okay, it's recording now.
It's recording now.
Yeah,
So
so let's
first
go
of all,
back.
let's go back. Yeah.
Okay, so I think that and the comments are here too for you to read. We have to have impersonal voice for reading responses now. This thesis looks fine. It's definitely related to the prompt. This point, I think, could be better connected to the thesis, because in the thesis it's asking about, or in the prompt it's asking about, do you think Lamont attempts to do something? But in your point, you're just talking about shitty first drafts, what those do for writers. So there's kind of not really a connection there.
Okay.
We have to introduce the quote, so you can never have a sentence that's just a quote. You also have to have something in front that introduces the quote. So in the article, Lamont says blah, 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 or something like that.
Yeah, okay.
Here, where did I put? Yes. So the connection part, this explanation, the E in the PIE is the important part. So it says, this whole explanation seems a little bit too close to a summary. So you're not really connecting back to the main argument here. So the main argument is that you say Lamont attempts to relate to her audience by explaining the process of writing. So when you say Lamont does something, your argument should connect back to Lamont does something.
Okay.
Right? So I wrote some examples. I still don't know how Lamont, where does it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? I still don't know how Lamont is trying to connect to her audience. After reading your explanation, I only know more about how to write a shitty first draft and why it's important to students.
Okay, so I have to explain a little bit more.
Yeah, explain a little bit more. And then there was one sentence here, this sentence. Lamont explains that she began as an awful food writer and became better with time. I wrote that this might have actually been a better point, a better P than the one that you have, because this sentence is an example, or it could be an example of how she tries to relate to her audience, because she writes about her personal life.
Sorry, Vanessa, the last point I didn't get it.
Sure. So Lamont explains that she began as an awful food writer and became better with time. If we go back up to the prompt, do you think Lamont attempts to be relatable? What does it mean to be relatable?
Relatable, like, I mean, he thinks like it's the best way, or like, yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
Okay, yeah, so relatable is like the audience can think, oh, she's just like me, right? We have kind of similar things.
Kind of, Vanessa. Like, let me explain it a little bit more.
Sure.
Yeah, like I mean that he thinks that this is the, like, you got my idea, Vanessa. Like, he thinks, or he thought, or something like that.
Yeah, so when we're saying Lamont attempts to be relatable, we're saying her audience can identify with her. Her audience says, oh, she's kind of like me. She does the same things, or she has the same starting. So here, as I said before, this point doesn't really touch on that. This thesis kind of a little bit, but if you look down at this sentence here, Lamont explains that she began as an awful food writer and became better with time. So it's kind of, she's being relatable by including examples of herself.
Yeah.
Right? I used to be a really bad writer. I used to suck. I used to do this and I used to do this. And the audience can say, oh, wow, that's like me. Right? So you were really, really on to something here when you included this sentence, because this sentence is an example of something that the audience can relate to. So you had the idea. I think you just put it in the wrong spot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Now it makes sense. Yeah. Now
Okay. So I put in the comment, she writes about her personal life and includes examples where she isn't so good at writing. Why does she do that when she could have easily only included examples about professionals?
yeah. Okay. Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So I
So,
think this is definitely getting to a good spot. I think this is well written, so you have
do you think
really,
I'm getting
really good
improving
grammar.
with my reading responses?
You're definitely improving. Definitely.
Thank-
Because the ideas are here, right? That's what matters. It's not necessarily that it's perfect. It's the fact that you have the ideas here, and with a little bit of guidance, you can put them in the right spots.
Okay, and I want to share something with you, Vanessa. I really
Sure.
feel improving with the online classes, and especially when I transfer to the ALI. I
Yeah.
really, yeah, I really like see a difference now on,
Really?
yeah.
That's good. So you feel like you're learning a lot.
Especially in my grammar,
Perfect. I'm glad. That's good because
Yeah.
I
And
remember
and
talking to you.
yeah,
Go ahead.
and that's and you deserve to say thank you, Vanessa. Really,
Oh, you're welcome.
really are a good teacher. So
Oh,
thanks.
thank you. That means a lot. Yeah, I'm really glad you feel that way because I remember talking to you in the interview, and you said that you felt really bad at Chico. You were at Chico,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, you didn't feel so good, and you wanted to really improve. So I'm really glad you feel that way, Abdul. That's good.
Yeah.
That's great. Yay! I'm
Thank you.
excited. You're very welcome. So I have a question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Knowing what you know now about this first reading response, shitty drafts, do you want me to look at the second one or do you want to go back and look at it again and then return it in?
No, I want. What do you recommend me to do? What do you recommend?
I recommend you save this second one for after reading response number 3. Or what do you think? Do you really want me to look at this one too?
Uh,
Or do you want to look at it with the comments I made on shitty first drafts?
it's fine. Either way,
Okay.
it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I want your recommended. So what you recommended for me, I will go for it.
So I'm going to say look at prompt number 2 for responding, really responding,
Okay.
and revise it based on what I wrote up here for shitty first drafts.
Okay. Okay.
So just make sure you're not doing the same things
Okay.
inside of this one. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think that would be more helpful. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. Okay, cool.
Cool.
Abdul, any other questions?
No, thank you. That would be all. Thank you. Thank
All
you.
right. I'll get this recording to you right after it changes.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. I'll see
Yeah.
you.